Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm back. Believe it or not, I'm back. The early show, we got cut off by a lack of internet for I don't know a couple of minutes here, then it came back on, and by that point in time, I had shut everything down because we were at the end. We were in overtime anyway. Welcome to the afternoon show. We have 1 hour to go until the closing bell today, and following the markets here for the last hour. Let's see what they're going to do for us. And kind of take it from there. Welcome back. Nice to see you. We're up 226 on the Dow at this point. We're up 29 on S&P, and we're up 146 on NASDAQ. The Dow is sort of at the two-thirds mark. Best. It's been better, but it's two-thirds of the better part of the day. What is that? I don't like that. What is that? Get that up there. Okay. So we're doing all right. Some of the stocks that we're following, where we're at right now, Robinhood is down $1.82. SOFI at $14.22, up 40 cents. Kind of, it is so close to the high today. 14.26. Actually, this is the high day. 14.26 high today. We're at 14 and a quarter, up 43 cents on 14.2 million. So SOFI is doing great today. Finally picking up. GameStop at 158.91 at this moment, up 601. ATIP up 14 and a half cents at 385. AMC is up 36 cents for 34.18. That turned around finally. Matterport 13.89, losing the race against GameStop right now, or against SoFi. 13.89, up 2 cents. 23andMe up 43 cents to 8.46. We have Fifth Wall up 14 cents to 11.49. We got Vector Acquisitions, the Rocket Lab company now, 10.42, up 41 cents. 10.42 on Vector. We have Spire up 38 cents to 9.23. We were as low this morning on Spire at as low as 8.68. We're now 9.23, high today on 103,000 shares. That's it. We had nothing trade yesterday. We had nothing trade today. Spire really jumps around. We're up 38 right now at 9.23. Cyxtera down 63 cents at $8. We have had 790 low and 868 high, and we don't know where it's going. 267,000 right now traded, and that one just one day can be up $1, next day can be down 50 cents. I have no rhyme or reason at the moment. Such early gyrations in its first week of trading or so. VANIC Vectors is up 27 cents. Home Depot is up $6, recovering nicely from this week's dip earlier in the week. IBM up $1.11 to 139.12. The Dow now up 202. Microsoft having another big day, up 750 on top of the gains yesterday. This past week, Microsoft has gone from about a low of 290 to now 304. So that's a $14 move this week. That's huge, huge on Microsoft. Apple up $1.20 to 147.90. Tesla up 657. Bed Bath & Beyond up 80 cents. BlackBerry up 14. Royal Caribbean at 78.11, up $1.60 now. Norwegian down 50 cents. Carnival down 30. Sorry. Let me correct myself. Royal Caribbean up $1.61. Norwegian up 53. Carnival up 30. They're all up today. 78.11 for Royal Caribbean. Amazon down 4.14. Facebook up 2.89. Alphabet, which is Google, up $24. Target up 7.73, recovering a good chunk of its loss this week. JP Morgan holding at the gain of 16 cents. Costco doing well, up 5.06. Costco this week has gyrated. 2 days ago it was sitting at 4.47. Now it's 4.59. $12 gain in like 2 days. Quite a snapback on Costco. Walmart up 96 cents. Cisco up another 77 cents today at 58.04. That's up from the 55s earlier this week. Nvidia up 970 to 207. Goldman up $1.14, coming back. $394 stock. That is a $700 company trading at $394. I was working on a trade here, trying to figure out a trade just before I came on the air with you guys. I was playing with a butterfly spread trade. The last video I did, video number 9 and 10, the last two I did, I covered, I think in number 9, I covered butterfly spreads for trading stocks. And highly urge you to check it out because it might appeal to a lot of you who are here watching me talk about GameStop, Apple, higher capitalized stocks like Microsoft and IBM. you might find butterfly spreads to be into your liking. When I did this transaction, I can't write it all. I wanted to write it all out and be current at the time. Where I want to show you, at the time I did this spread, the stock was 159.61, and it's down right now about $1.30 from this price, but never mind. When the stock was 159.61 about 15 minutes ago or so, this butterfly trade would have consisted of buying a call for August the 27th, a 150 call, selling two of the August 27th 160 calls, and buying one call August 27th 165. So you buy one here, sell two here. The net effect was that if you would have bought a 150 call, you would have paid $1,250 to get it. Brought in, you would have paid $1,250 to write it. To sell two of the August 27 160s, you would have brought in $1,230 credit, and then to buy one of the 165s, you would have paid $305. Total transaction here, cost versus credit, you would pay $325. It's $325 to put on this trade. That's all of it. The margin is not very high because you're nullifying the right against two longs. So when you have two shorts, two longs, that's a flat, and the commissions will be very, very low. 300 or margins will be very, very low. Cost of this transaction, $325 without calculating any commissions. Again, your broker, your platform. I have no idea what you folks are paying to write contracts, to buy contracts, to trade contracts. I don't know what your margins are. As you enter your trades, if you're going to enter a butterfly spread, you figure out, you calculate out, let me say this again. You will enter a trade buy to open, open to an opening buy transaction, opening sell transaction, opening buy transaction. And as you complete your orders before you hit the execute button, your brokerage firm will show you the margins required to do the trade. It should be very, very low. That was hard to say, but it's easy to, I hope easy to figure out. Your cost to do this trade is you have to come up with $325 to fund it, all right, to take positions. But what ends up happening is as long as the stock stays between 153 and 166 between now and next Friday, you will make money on this transaction. And your maximum profit can be as high as $674. So you're risking $325 and your maximum profit is $674. That is the net effect of it. Your total risk, you cannot lose more than $325 if you are dead wrong. So if the shares were to go above a 166 or below 153, you would lose $325. If they stay between 153 and 166, this GameStop, by next week Friday, you will make a profit as much and as high as $674. Where will you make the most profit? If the shares close in and around $160 a share, this number right here, because this is the number that you where you wrote two call contracts. By writing two call contracts at $6.15 each, you want these to expire closest possible. That would work out to a $674 net profit. That's essentially what it is. This might appeal to some of you folks. This kind of a trade might appeal to some of you folks as the best trade you can make on some of the stocks you follow, especially Apple, Microsoft, IBM, even Goldman Sachs. You can take a look at Goldman Sachs. The cost to get into these trades can vary from as much as $400 or $500. It can be more. It can be less. It can be like $80. It all depends on what kind of spreads you take a look at. Check out my video. I implore you, before you do any of these trades, check out my video on butterfly spreads, just you can see some of the examples I used on some of the shares we follow, like GameStop and on IBM and others. And that way you can see what the variables are, because you can, and even in this case right here, even in this trade, you can write 160s, you can buy 155s, or you can you can buy 157.50s and write 162.50s. They vary. Check it out. There you go. All right. Thank you everybody for that. Lots of variables on options. I mean, there's just no end to it as to the combinations and how you can do spreads. You can just write call options, as I've encouraged many of you to consider. If you're sitting on 100 shares of stock or more on some of these positions, you can write options against your stock and collect income as it comes in. All right. So don't be afraid to not take a look at it. Take a good peek at it. See if it works for you. See if it can fit your risk tolerance level, of if it appeals to you or not. Something for you to check out. All right. Thank you, everybody, for catching up with me today. Again, as always, thank you to all of you who are members who are here. Those of you who are subscribers to this channel, glad you could make it. It's nice to have you. I'm just going to change the chat over now to members only, because that's what we do here live Monday to Friday, twice a day. There we go. I think we got her done. We're on member chat only, and I thank you all for popping in. Okay. And yes, you are correct. I think I've written down the. There's a question here about the spread. Have you got the right numbers? I think I made an error. I believe this is actually a 170. I could be wrong here, but I think this is actually the 170, not a 165. So it's a 150, 60, 70 range. It's a $10 split between the three. Thank you for noticing. I was in a hurry, okay? I was hurrying. Anyway, there you go. I have 500 SOFI. Can you do the same example? On SOFI, you can also, if you go out, like if you're going to do a contract that expires next week, there's going to be pennies involved here, not dollars. It may or may not be worth your while. The commissions might eat up your upside potential. But it can be you can look into it. You can look into 2-week contracts or further. But with contracts so infrequent, it would be handy if you could do a trade on SOFI between 14, 15, or 16, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. We're not being given those kinds of options, though, at this point in time. There's not that much. There aren't that many option positions available yet on these brand new, what used to be SPAC situations or scenarios. Let me take a peek here at at August. Yeah, I'm double checking here. Writing and buying, 13 here, and yeah, there's it is theoretically possible to try and do a butterfly spread on SOFI, but the range would be very, very tight. The contracts that are only a week or two away don't have as much in the way of premiums. It might not actually work out. But you can certainly look into this with IBM. You can look into this with Apple, now with Microsoft, especially with the moves we have here. There might be some opportunities there. The wider the spread between the low contract, the 150 and the 170, with the writing in the middle, you're going to get a bigger range of break-evens where you're, sorry, let me move this out of the way. You're going to get a larger range of possible profits. If you're dealing with, like, say, writing 160s and buying 157 50s and 162 50s, you're now spreading your profit range into a very tight window. It might cost you less to take the position on, but now your chance of success is narrowed because you are taking a stock like GameStop that can move quite a bit, and you are putting it into a very tight hole of possible movement. Beyond that, you lose money. Where something here like this, you have a $20 window from top to bottom with a nice range in the middle. This is one of the things about butterfly spreads you have to keep in mind. With writing options, obviously, if you're long GameStop, you own GameStop, 100 shares, and you want to write a call against the 100, at 158.18 right now, you can write calls against the stock, say 165s for next Friday, for example, or 170s for next Friday. That's $12 almost out of the money. And by writing a call, $12 out of the money for next week, Friday, you'll bring in, say, let me take a look here, August 27th, 170. So you'll bring in 285 right now for just a 5-day contract, or 5-day contract because it's next week, Friday. If you're writing 165s, you're bringing in 395. If, however, you want to go a little different, and I would recommend looking at this strategy here, I would look at writing perhaps something like a September 3rd or a September 10 contract. A September 10 170 would bring you in right now about close to 1150, maybe something like that. I like that strategy because if you get taken out at 170, you're getting the 11 on top of that, which means you're being taken out at 181, 182. Far cry from 159 at this moment. But I also like the strategy that a week from now, that contract, that 1150 contract, based on the price of the week prior's contract, it's trading at down around 580 to 6. In other words, you write the contract today for 3 weeks from now with the $11 price, and then a week later, a week from now, you buy it back for this $5-6 level. You take in the $5-6 depreciation, time depreciation, and you don't even hold it for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. You're already out. So you wrote it for, say, 3 weeks of life, and you bought it back with only 2 weeks of life left. You look at that strategy. So this is where the depreciation really happens. It's almost $1 a day as the contract depreciates. Now, that's subject to, obviously, the price of the stock. If the stock goes higher, the contract will still fall in value if the stock inches higher. If the shares inch lower, they will drop time value and some additional value because of how far further out they're getting from the money. But one thing to not is undisputable with the stock at 158 now, and you writing a 170 contract, you're $12 out of the money with 3 weeks to go. Next week, you could be $12 out of the money with 2 weeks to go. And contracts with 2 weeks to go that far out really start to collapse on GameStop. You could theoretically go another couple of days, the next week, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the next week for another couple of more days, and maybe that $5-6 contract goes to $4 and you score another couple of dollars. But it's up to you how you want to play it. A lot of folks like to, a lot of my viewers, what they like to do is they'll write a contract for $12, buy it back for $6, and write a brand new one for $12 all over again. Just keep rolling over, staying out 3 weeks out and letting them come down to 2 weeks out, and then rolling out, getting out and rolling another one, and constantly bringing in this $5-6 a week in premium from the stock wherever you have to write the contract from ahead of the stock itself. And that can be a strategy that can bring you a lot of income. And this is just on 100 shares. If you can bring in $5 a week on 100 shares, you're bringing in $500 a week of income to you by using a strategy where you're writing 3 to 4 weeks out and buying, say, 1 to 2 weeks out, buying back, or 2 to 3 weeks out. There's this window. Might be a 5-day window, an 8-day window, a 10-day window where you're doing the rollovers and taking the best premiums. These are ideas for you. Obviously, if you've got 300 or 400 shares of GameStop and you're bringing in $5 a week on average on 300 shares, you're bringing in $1,500 a week of fresh cash on a weekly basis, give or take the price of the stock that you're writing up against. If the shares go to 170 during the week with 2 weeks to go, your contracts will be higher to buy back if you do buy them back. But even if that were to happen, in other words, the shares went up on you when you weren't expecting them to go up on you, you could buy the calls back for a higher price than you sold them for. Say you sold them at 11, you're buying them at 13. But you would then turn around and write a week longer contract, now writing 175s or 180s, or you would go 2 weeks further out and now write 180s. You'll probably bring in like $16 to $18 instead of, so you'll pay out 13, but you'll bring in 16. And so you've raised your cash level again. You've raised your exercise price from 170 to 180. And again, you're being compensated for your movement of the stock. If the shares come back to 159 the next week, those $16, $17 contracts you wrote will be down to $10 or $9. You can buy those back at that point and now write contracts for the next week at 170 or 175. You'll adjust as the market goes, but you're a long-term writer of contracts and you're constantly doing it. All right. There you are. What else is going on? Let's see. Any comments or whatever that I'm missing here? Thank you, obviously, for being here. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Let's go. There are others out there. There are other YouTubes out there on spread strategies and this kind of thing. I just find them in some cases, I find them so boring and so difficult to understand that I have trouble figuring it out. And it has nothing to do with stocks that I'm following. It might be about triple Q index options. It might be about items that you have no interest in. At least if you're watching my videos, you're going to be learning about option spreads on stocks we talk about all the time. And I try to do it in a plain English kind of way. Jennifer is, of course, is here when I do these classes to help interpret the questions that you're asking me, so that I keep it real simple in a simple English format. But I have literally tried to watch some of the videos out there on different spreads and so on. Can't figure them out. Like I kind of get it, but you kind of lose me because the presentation is just so difficult to understand. Or you see the person's head, the presenter, down here in the corner of the screen, and then you have this computer screen in front of you, and you don't know what it is they're talking about and what they're pointing at and what they're. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, there's. It's up to you. However you want to learn and do it. More power to you. Anyway, let's go here. And let's go. Hey, Bruce, are you going to start trading when you get the windfall from the house? No. No, I'm still not going to trade stock because I still want to be doing what I'm doing here. I still want to be commenting on the marketplace. I still want to be following the markets, and I don't want to have a conflict of interest with my viewers. I just would rather talk to you in a plain English format about what's going on, rather than be potentially a competitor to your positions. It's just not going to be it's not my style. I've made that pretty clear, I think. Anyway, there you have it. I love it. Every time you explain options, it makes more and more sense. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. What a weird day on CYXT. It's a weird day all around. It's been a weird week all around, I guess. 796 now on CYXT. This stock has had a crazy week. I mean, we were up to $10 a few days ago, and now we're here. We were down into the 8s, then up to 10, now back into this 796 level, which is ridiculous. We were flatlining at 10 for months. I'm at a loss for words as to what these guys are doing in the senior suite. But I am expecting, excuse me, and eventually I expect to see results, announcements from the company, acquisitions, additional computer centers, the server farms to be brought in into the fold. It's just a matter of time. Let's see. Spire is at 918, up 34 cents. Vector Acquisitions now, which is Rocket Lab, 1034, up 33 cents. The volume on Vector now is 1.2 million shares today. And so that's a good thing. It's got as high as 1065 today. We're at 1034. Fifth Wall up 18 cents today. That merger is on Monday. 23andMe now 859, up 56 cents. Very good. Matterport just up 3 cents to 1390. ATIP up 14 cents to 385. We've been flatlining there for hours. GameStop 158.18, up 528. SOFI at 1426, up 44 cents. Robinhood down $1.75. With 36 minutes to go, we've got the Dow up 229 points. We've got S&P up 35. And we have NASDAQ up 162. That's where we're at right now. And there you go. Spire on fire. So, Brucey, I used to work in a Picasso gallery, and I'm suing them for personal injury. I got a hernia lifting Guernica. What are my chances of success if you legally qualify? You're legally qualified opinion. I love this guy. I'm drinking. I see 2 Bruces and 2 whiteboards. Am I smashed already? Which lesson is this in? I don't get it. It's go to lesson number. I think it's lesson number 9. Butterfly spreads. It's in the title. It's in the title of the lesson. I go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's the website. And go to classes, and I think it's lesson number 9, butterfly spreads. You'll see it all there, and check it out. Oh man, oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, I can't answer questions on the CXYT. I don't know what to make of it. It's the dumbest thing. It's ridiculous. And I what can I say? I'm not getting a lot of serious questions today. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm having fun here reading your comments, though I gotta say. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, for people who's listening to Uncle Bruce right now, don't sell covered calls because you can sell a covered call. Just wait for the stock to pop, then sell. Wait for the dip, buy back, and there you have it. You look for a pop like on GameStop today. It's up 545. If this is the high today, I suppose, I don't know, but it hit 150, 160 today. It touched it. There was a moment in time where you could have considered the writing of a call for, say, 170 for next week. And if the shares back off here to 150, 455 today or Monday or Tuesday, you pick up the contract for $2, $3, $4 less and say, thank you very much. That's a nice little trade. You're a long-term holder of the stock. That's what you want to be. And away you go. Anyway, these are great strategies in Fenville. You're learning and you're learning and you're learning, and it's just getting better and better and better. Do you need margin for butterfly spreads? You might need to keep the capital in the house, the brokerage firm that you've received the credit, or you have to have the cost of the trade. You might need, in some cases, depending on who you are using to do your trading, some firms require a minimum $2,000 credit balance or value balance. You might need a margin account. You have to read the rules of your brokerage firm to figure out how you can do trades on contracts with spreads. They're all different. Everyone's different, and I can't give you any other answers than that. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, you expect us to be serious after this ridiculous week on a Friday when most of our stuff is green? You should have just sat there with a cigar when you came on and giggled a few minutes. Bruce, we all know pimping ain't easy, but since you make it look easy, can you tell us if you prefer a hardwood cane or a metal cane? There are still lots of serious questions coming through here, obviously. Anyway, man. Oh gosh, Brucey, I'm trying to come up with a new physiological ideology, like Rousseau or Locke, but better. I hope it changes the world and gives all people hope, by which I mean inspire global. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. T. I love it. Where are we at now? We're up 232 on the Dow. We're climbing a little bit here in the last 20 minutes. Now up 233, S&P up 35, NASDAQ up 160. We have a gain across the board, a definite reversal of the sell-off that we had the last couple of days. Definitely. Is it a recovery? No. It's just a turnaround at this point. How long it'll last, I don't know, but it's certainly looking a lot better. And on some of the stocks we follow, we've had follow-through, which is nice to see because we've had a rough week and some of our stocks have been heavily oversold, in my humble opinion. SOFI now $14.25, up 43 cents. This is 2 cents off its high of the day. Thank you very much. Keep it coming, please. GameStop 158.54. ATIP up 14 cents to 385. Matterport up 3 cents to 13.90. 23andMe is up 52 cents to 8.55. I skipped AMC. We're up 55 cents to 34.37. So 23andMe, 8.56, up 53 cents. Thank you. Fifth Wall up 18 cents. Vector up 32 to 10.34. Spire up 34 cents to 9.18. This is an improvement over this morning's terrible looking market. Cyxtera down 67 cents. My hands are up in the air going, I don't know. We're at 7.96 today. They're driving me nuts. VANIC Vector's up 42 cents. Home Depot up 6.21. IBM up $1.16. Dow still is up 234, and I will look at the 1 week range here. The Dow on the I think on Monday, if I got my bearings straight, on Monday I guess we were as high as 35,566 or something like that. We're now at 35,119. So we are down 500 points from Monday's high. But we were as low yesterday as 34,736. So we've come from 736 to 115. That's about 400 points better than yesterday's low. So we're kind of in the midpoint of this week's range on the Dow, right in the middle here. Um, you know, is your coffee too hot or too cold or just right? This is where we're at. Uh, in today's case, and since yesterday's bottom and now this move up, we've had some of our favorite stocks improve in price, which is good to see. Microsoft just powering up at almost up $8. Apple up $1.34. Tesla up 6.80. Bed Bath and Beyond at 26.65 is up 76 cents. Remember, Bed Bath and Beyond was in the 30s and 40s not too long, not too many months ago. But it's given up a lot of ground. The all-time high this year, 52 weeks, 53.90. It touched that for probably a second. 26.66 on Bed Bath and Beyond. BlackBerry at 9.66, up a dime. Royal Caribbean trying to mount a rally here, up $1.67 to 78.17. We found out this morning that Canadians cannot cross the U.S. border casually. Neither can day visitors from Mexico. So this tells me, with Canadian visitors not being able to come into the USA, we're going to have lousy earnings for cruise lines. It's just not now. Let me clarify something else. Not very many Canadians drive from Montreal or Toronto to a cruise ship in Florida in a hurry. They will come down to Florida for a few weeks and then take a cruise. So the only way Canadians can take a cruise right now is if they fly into the United States. You do not need a reason to come into the United States if you are flying in. In other words, at the airport, they won't grill you and say, give us a good excuse why you're coming to America. They're going to ask you the same questions they always ask is, what's the purpose of your trip to America? Oh, I'm going on a cruise. How long are you going to be down for? 2 weeks. And that usually is about it. They scan your passport, and if there are no outstanding issues there, you're going to get waved through. Land border, you can't do that. You can't come to the land border and go, hey, I'm taking a cruise out of Florida. I want to drive down. Not going to let you do it. You got to fly in. That's the only way in. So unfortunately for the folks in Arizona, California, Texas, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, a lot of Canadians are not coming south right now to enjoy. But it is August the 20th. It isn't November the 20th right now. It's August the 20th. So at the moment, we're wondering, okay, September 21 is the next drop dead date. What happens between now and then? What we're hoping for in Canada, what we're crossing our fingers, that you Americans down there get vaccinated, please, and get these case counts to drop again, please, so that the CDC will advise the administration, okay, vaccinated Canadians are good to go. That would be really handy. I would really like to hear that because we in Canada can't stand it when we see the American numbers go back up again, because we know we're not going to be let in. They're not going to do it, and so we're kind of going, guys, we want to come down and spend money. We want to come and see you. We want to come and visit you. But we can't drive in. So that limits us to flying in only. And yeah, a lot of Canadians who can afford to spend 3 months in the U.S. at a time certainly can afford a flight in. But it means now we have to rent a vehicle on top of that. So all of a sudden, the cost to get to the U.S. has just shot up dramatically. And in the case of some of these cars, we're told, and we're being quoted, $1,000 a week for a car. $1,000 a week to rent a car. Hey, 12 weeks in the U.S., you want me to pay $12,000 to rent a Chevy? Are you out of your mind? You know what? Chevys are garbage. Come on, not going to happen. So we've got issues. We have concerns here. Chevys are okay, but they're just it's just a Chevrolet. It's not like you're renting me a BMW or an Audi or anything like that. It's just a Chev. I mean, come on. And a lot of us who, not speaking for myself, but a lot of Canadians love to drive down in their RVs. They love to drive down in their big old pick-me-up trucks with all the bells and whistles. They don't want to drive a little compact car when they get to LAX. So, there's this issues here. We have tastes, we have needs, wants, and desires, and we like to drive the good stuff. Anyway. Oh man. Anyway, there you go. No insult to Chevys, but let me tell you, a lot of car rental agencies only offer their mid-size cars. They quote Chevrolets. They say they have Toyotas, but they're never available. Only the Chevy Malibu is available when you get there, because that's the key they hand you. Go, oh, here's your car. Thank you for the $1,000 a week. Here's your Chevrolet Malibu. Yeah, thanks a lot. A power seat for the driver to move forward and back, and a manual seat to move for my wife. Oh yeah, well that's going over really well. That's really going over well. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Yeah, listen, just coming down to buy a used car and then sell it before you go. Yeah, you can't do that. Canadians cannot register a vehicle in certain states. You have to have a license and you have to have local insurance. You can't get insurance. You're uninsurable because you're not from around here. Endless problems. Endless problems. Yeah, it's not good. It sounds so easy, but it isn't. It isn't easy. Anyway, what can I say? Anti-PC, thanks though for the suggestion. Appreciate it. I once sold cars where I had a fellow walk into the dealership who wanted to buy a camper van. We had some GMC vans that have been converted into Sprinter vans, where they cut the roof out and then they put a cap on top of that, like a 3-4 foot cap, and you can stand up in the van because you've got like 7 feet, 8 feet of space. And inside the van, they had like a mini little kitchenette and a couple of beds up at the top front and in the back. Perfect for a family of up to my mom, dad, and 2 small children. Had a husband and wife show up with 2 kids, and they just flew in from Amsterdam, from KLM Airlines, landed in Calgary, took a cab down to our dealership, walked in, and said, "I want to pick up one of those camper vans down there." And but I need to talk to your used car manager to figure out a deal. And I said, "A deal?" I said, "Yeah, I want to buy it, and I want to go camping in it for the next 6 months, and then 6 months later, I want to come back and sell it back to you." And I thought, "Can we do that?" I didn't know we could do that. So I said, "Well, hang on." So I go to my used car manager. I said, "Listen, I got a guy here from Amsterdam. He wants to buy one of those rigs and then sell it back to you." He said, "Oh yeah, it happens every year." I said, "What?" He said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." He says, "I'll give you some prices." I said, "Okay." So he wrote on a little piece of paper the 4 rigs we had. He gave me the price of each rig, how much to buy, and how much he'll buy them back for, with how many miles or kilometers you put on. And I couldn't believe it. I looked it over. I said, "Okay." So I took him out to the vehicles. I said, "Well, this one right here, if you want to buy this one, it's $18,000. It's used, and we'll buy it back from you for $12,500. This one right over here is $17,000." And he picked this and "We'll take that one." And it was gonna cost him $5,000, but he was gonna have it for like 6 months. And he calculated in his calculation that for 180 days of usage, it was so many dollars a day, and he had a guaranteed buyer for it. And he knew that the vehicle left the lot with clean oil, clean filters, so the tires were good. It was mechanically quite sound, and the used car dealer it was in the contract that he would buy it back. And so we got him insurance. We had an insurance guy come in, a specialist, to offer him to give him insurance as a foreigner, and it was not a problem. This is years ago. This is 2000 and oh my gosh, how long ago was this, Bruce? This is a long time. This is 1995. I did this. This is a long time ago. And he had the insurance. He had the vehicle. They got the plates. They got the registration. We took care of this guy. It took about 3 hours to pull us all off, and I think he paid in cash. I recall he had cash, and it was a no-brainer transaction. And I guess it was being done every year at this dealership with about 4 or 5 of these units, because every year we would bring in these used RVs from RV rental companies, and they would not want them anymore because they would reach a certain age and they wouldn't rent them out anymore. We bought them, and we bought them at some kind of a consignment arrangement, and then we flipped them. And my used car manager told me later, "Oh, these are cash money to us. We just make nothing but money with these. They're easy to sell, easy to buy back, easy to sell again." They always sell because people are always looking for these kinds of cheap rigs. Amazing. Can't. I'm not interested in that for Jennifer and I, though. I will tell you that we're not interested in buying an RV, coming down to the U.S. and buying an RV and then selling it back up. It's not in our wheelhouse. 23andMe, 861. Are you happy? Those of you who own 23andMe, we're happier. Maybe we're not happy yet, but we're happier. Let's say 861 right now on 23andMe. Nice to see a 58-cent gain. ATIP up 16.5 cents. GameStop up 576 to 158.66. We got SOFI up to 1420, up 39 cents. We have FWAA now up 22 cents to 11.57. Sure looks a lot better than this morning's 11.13 quote. We have VACQ at Rocket Lab now, soon to be known as Rocket Lab, up 32 cents to 10.33. Spire, a global 908, holding a gain right now, and we're trading 115,000 shares. We're up 23 cents at 908. We got Sextera, just driving me crazy, 797 down 66 cents here on 290,000 shares. We're down to 18 minutes on the day now, and we have IBM up right now at 95 cents with the Dow up 224, almost 225. There you go, kids. 158.67 up 577 on GameStop. Low of the day on GameStop, 153.24. Interesting range today. What's the deal with Chevy Malibu Boost? They are the Chevy Malibu and the Chevrolet Impala are two of the most popular vehicles that car rental agencies buy to rent out. And they call a Malibu a full-size car, and they call an Impala a premium car. We here in Canada know that that's not true. The Malibu is a mid-size, and the Impala is a full-size. And we also know that the vehicles they offer us to rent in the U.S., those models are not the high-end LTE models. They're the mid-range with mid-range options. And yet they're asking $1,000 a week and more to rent this crap car. And as much as Malibu's quality has gone up over the years compared to 20 years ago, no Malibu on the planet Earth is worth $1,200 a week. Not one of them. And if you're going to be in the States for 20 weeks, you're not paying 25 grand for a Malibu for 12 weeks. It ain't happening, or 20 weeks, whatever it is. It's not happening. That's what I'm talking about. Matt, thank you for this donation. Found out what the B in Uncle B stands for. Bougie. Bougie Woogie? Is that what it is? Oh, man. What the face with IBM? Why the face, IBM? What's going on? Let's go. Oh my goodness. I go away for a few minutes and Bruce is doing stand-up. I mean, what's going on here? What's the deal with the Ovaltine? Okay, never mind. $1,000 a week. Somebody better move my seat for me for $1,000 a week. Yeah, you better. No kidding. Unbelievable. I can rent a Tesla for $4,000 a month. Thank you. I'll rent a Tesla. I'm not going to rent a Malibu for $4,000 a month. Are you out of your mind? No. I'll take a Tesla for a month. Unbelievable. Crazy. 7,000 new cases of variants. The virus in North Carolina yesterday. Worst number since January. So scary. We're so scary. We're so worried up here in Canada about a breakout just continuing on. And we're also, of course, we're watching the news and noticing how certain, like in the case of U.S. senators, 3 of them caught the virus, and they've had their vaccines, and they caught the virus. And we're going, no, don't. Let's not have this happen, because this could keep the border closed. It's not like these senators are in any big trouble. Hopefully, they're just asymptomatic, but they're positive. They're now spreaders, so they have to be quarantined. What worries us is that we will be considered spreaders by the U.S. Border Patrol. Even though we're vaccinated, they might consider us super spreaders because we're moving. We're moving in America. We're traveling in America. They might say, nope, you can't come in. You're even though you're vaccinated, we have no way of knowing that you're not going to be a spreader of the problem. And that means this is bad for business. It's bad for all business. Anyway, there you have it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Are you moving to Texas? No, I'm not. Let's see here. I just rented an Audi A6 for 1,100 a month. Oh, you're killing me, Uncle Bruce. I hit a turtle the week I paid my Impala off. I had to pay $3,000 to fix it. Laughing out loud. Oh my gosh. I just flew in from Cleveland. Man, my arms are tired. Uh, Oh my! I did notice that looking up car rental prices, depending on where you were looking, it varied quite a bit. Vegas, you were looking at cars like a Malibu might be like $1,400 for like 1,600 $1,600 for 2 weeks, 800 a week, and then in LA it would be a little less, and in Palm Desert a little less, Phoenix a little more. I mean, it fluctuated a couple of $100 a week depending on where you were. So you got to shop around. You can't. Gone are the days of $39.99 rentals. $40 a day for a car, rented for 3 weeks, 20 days, $800. Those days are gone right now. We're talking thousands of dollars for a 3 week rental. I'm thinking about being in the U.S. for 5 months. I mean, I like to be down south for 5 months. We cannot rent a vehicle for 5 months. That's not at those prices. That's ridiculous. We have to be able to drive our own vehicle now. That's just it. Uh, what can I say? Why did SoFi go down after earnings? Why did the chicken cross the road? Stocks go up and down. SoFi had its issues. A lot of SPACs went down in the last 2 weeks. It wasn't to do with any one reason. A lot of people are saying SoFi went down because they lost money. There was no one predicting SoFi was going to make a profit in the first quarter of being a publicly traded company. There was no expectation of that. What happened with SoFi is they had to they had to put into their costs artificial costs that didn't exist, and that had to do with the SPAC rule changes the SEC imposed, and that made SoFi write off $165 million. That the market went, oh no, the company's in trouble, and it's not true. It's not true. But the shares, the damage was done. They went from 1750 down to the 13s, and now we're at 1414, and now we're coming back on from there. Hopefully, we'll go back on. That's the reason why SoFi did what it did. Bruce, I'll rent you my Chrysler 500. I'll rent you my Chrysler 500 a week. The passenger seats move too. Thank you. You're so kind, you people. Just buy a house in Coeur d'Alene, then you're good to go. I figured you would rent a Toyota Prius with a Ralph Nader sticker on it, Bruce. Looking at ME, go, 867 on ME right now, up 64 cents. Buckle up. Thanks to Cardinio. I have today wine from France. Fantastic. GameStop bump. Final 12 minutes. Let's go. Come on, GameStop. 159.43. It's getting close to this price right up here. 159.61. Damn it, Jim says, maybe a Corvair then. My car is a real mid-size car too. There you go. 159.43 on GameStop. The market is up 246 on the Dow now, coming into the last 11 minutes. S&P is up 37. NASDAQ up 166. That's where we're at. We have a loss for the week, but we have definitely a good day and a half going here from yesterday midday to now. We've had an improvement in the markets, and not affecting every single stock out there, but a lot of the ones we follow sure have improved, no question about it. 1414 on SoFi holding a 33-cent gain. GameStop 159.43. We have ATIP at 388, up 17 cents. AMC at 34.49, up 67 cents. Matterport 13.94, up 7. We have 23andMe at 8.64, up 61 cents. We have Fifth Wall up 29 cents to 11.64, still climbing. Vector at 10.35, up 34 cents. That is now Rocket Lab. We'll probably change their symbol on Monday or Tuesday. Spire Global up 23 cents to 9.08. Sextera back to 8.04 after a low of 7.90. Still down 60 cents. VACQ up 91 cents. Home Depot up 6.50. IBM up $1.13. The Dow now up 256, trying to improve on its performance. The high of the day was 35,177. We're 35,150. We're only 27 points down from the high of the day today on the Dow. So we're closing fairly strong today. Looks like anyway. Microsoft up 809. Beautiful day. Apple up $1.35. Tesla up 682 to 680 bucks. And let's see at some of the other stocks here. Google up 30 bucks. Target up 780. We got Walmart up $1.38. Cisco up 94 cents to 58.22. Nvidia up 9.59. Goldman up 233 to 3.95, improving. Goldman just hit 3.96, improving nicely. All right, we'll take the gains. We sure have earned them. I'll tell you that. It's been a couple of days of grinding and grinding and grinding, and watching and wondering and asking, what is the meaning of life? Why does everybody hate us? Why can't anything go well? Mirko says, hey, Uncle Bruce, I just sold 2 covered calls on GameStop. One for 175 for September 10th, and got a 962 premium on that one, and one for 180 buyout exercise for September 17th, premium 1034. That's $2,000. Looking for buying them back with about a 70% profit. Now you're talking. There you go. You're letting the gamblers gamble at 175 and 180, but you're giving them limited time, which I love. And this is where you're taking the premiums, nice premiums on contracts out of the money, 175 and 180, bringing in $2,000 on 200 shares. Excellent trade. And let's see how it goes. Time is on your side. It is your ally. It is the enemy of these holders of these contracts. The time depreciation is going to be severe if the shares do not perform exactly as they should for these buyers. This stock has to make a bit of a move here. Very good. Even if the shares reach 174, you will still score all $2,000 in theory, of course. The question now is, between now and say next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if these shares reach 164.65 and then we'll go back to 154.55, down at 154.55, you will score a serious gain on this trade, even in the next week. But you do nothing for a week and a half, the next 10 days, you could score most of this $2,000. Fantastic trade. I love it. Well done. Let's see. No. Sorry, Dave. No, I said the other, I didn't want to do a yard sale. You should do a video of stuff you might be easy to ship. No, I am not investing minutes and minutes and minutes of time to shoot videos, hours of time, upload videos. No. We're not packing to ship individual boxes. I'll give you an example. We did a shipment not too long ago to the UK. It was one of my cell phone amplifiers. Just to send one of those, $44 to send a cell phone amplifier to the UK. That's this big. It's this cell phone. I mean, when you guys send me a $60 donation to buy a cell phone amplifier, we don't make any money on these. We're kind of breaking even on them, and we appreciate you ordering them, and we're happy to autograph them. But we have to do the packing and the paperwork and the customs. And it's a fortune to send these things out. To send a box out of here across Canada into the U.S. to Europe, impossible. We're into certain spots in the U.S. It's $50, $60 a box. Cannot be done economically. Just cannot be done. It is so bad. Anyway, there you are. This was a pretty good day for me to write puts. Right on. There you go. GameStop, we're trying to go to 160, 159.58 with 5 minutes to go. Well, ME just hooked me up. Phew, 874. We're up 70 on ME now. Very good. I can't say the same for Matterport and SOFI. I took a bath on that one. Most stuff shipped overseas by air now. Yep. How much to Germany? I send you a bit more just because I thought about this. Germany was a fortune. It was $44. It was insanity. But don't worry about it. It's all right. It doesn't cost that much to send them to the U.S., so whatever we make on the U.S. side, we compensate on the other side. It all works out. I'm only selling calls above my average ever. VACQ flying up at the last minutes. Interesting. VACQ now, 1049, up 48 cents. Spire at 906. Sixterra still at 801. And we're at 1410 on SOFI, up 28 cents. GameStop 159.34 with 3-4 minutes to go. ATIP up 16 cents. AMC is up 60. Matterport up 7 at 13.94. ME 876 up 73 cents today. Nice. And let's see. Wow, unbelievable. Papa Gamer. It took 5 weeks for my birthday cards to arrive from my parents in Spain. Global mail is awful. It really is. Let's see. Is anyone else getting rejected writing GameStop call options on TD? Bought 100 shares this morning, but they're saying I have to call in due to volatility. A TD has been notorious for this. You have to call them direct to place your order. It's just ridiculous, but do it. Just call them, tell them what you want to do, and get the trade done. You've got 3-4 minutes. I don't know if it'll work, though. SOFI seems to like ending week. It's weird. They maybe slam the shorts in at the end of the day like they used to with GameStop. SOFI, $13.99 is what won the sinking at the close. SVT is thinking it's going to close at $13.99. 14.08 on SOFI right now. We have 4 minutes to go. GameStop's sitting at 159.22, and the Dow's up 240. The S&P is up 37, and NASDAQ up 175. Let's see what happens. We will see what is going on. After I made my gains with Cardano in September, I send you a donation, Bruce, just to thank you for this. I love handcrafted stuff and can't wait till it's arrived. There you go. Brucey, Mr. T, do you think Rocket Lab will ever design a vacuum VACQ vacuum that can be used in space? Joe, you're making you call in for now. It doesn't take long, and they're great answering any questions you might have. There you go. Joe, I don't like calling, but I don't mind since they've given such great customer service. There you go. Actually, it's a luxury to be able to call in an order. It's a luxury because you get it done right. That's always good to know, and they can give you the live quote right on the spot. But you're trying to do something now, you're at the last moments here. Anyway, GameStop 159.36 right now. I tried my luck with some money on Goldman Sachs. I bought a call expiring June 17, strike 580, paid 295 US on it. 580 on the stock. So you're pushing the. Let me take a look here. Goldman Sachs. It's a 395 stock. So you're going way out of the money for 295 for June 17. Yeah, that's that. You're pushing it. No doubt about that. Let's see. Let's see. Brucey, to repeat an often asked question, Mr. T wants to know, why didn't they just call 23andMe 24? Why didn't they do that? Why would they call it 23? And Carter is taking this question very seriously. 23 chromosomes, my friend. There's the answer for you. 23 chromosomes in me. Right on. It's a sea of green today on pretty well everything here that I'm watching, almost everything. Matterport, 23andMe up 69 cents to 872 now. And Matterport at 13.89, still up 2 cents, but only up 2. Matterport's disappointing me here at the end of the day. ATIP up 16 cents. GameStop at 159.30, and SoFi still holding at 14.06, up 24 cents, coming into the end of the day. Yeah. The debate continues. Why is 23andMe called 23andMe and not 24? What can I say? Yeah, SoFi, a negative shot at the end of the day. Frustrating, isn't it? 14.05, up 23 cents still at the moment at the end of it here. What can I say? It is what it is. We're coming to the last minute of the day now. The last minute, this is all she wrote. Fifth wall up 23 cents to 11.58. Vector acquisition 10.45 up 44, climbing a bit. Spire holding at 9.04, and Cyxtera at 8.03. IBM up $1.13, coming into the final moments of the afternoon today. Oh my! What a week! What a week! It's been a grinder. This was a grinder. Hopefully next week will be a real good one. Anyway, Joe is saying, Bruce, you're right. They helped me through my first few contracts I placed. I was all mixed up at first. They were able to help and fix me, well, at least with placing options, at least. There you go. Brucey, how many chromosomes do you think I should I reckon you think I might have? Belch Creature, Olivia, thanks for the info. It just seemed odd for a covered call. Could see for naked option writing. Let's see. Too many serious discussions on chromosomes. Larry, you got the right message right now. The bell is ringing, and we're all done for the day. GameStop 159.47. That's where we're at. And 1404 on SOFI, as far as I can tell you, is where we seem to be at. 1393 on Matterport, 871 on 23andMe, 389 on ATIP, 1160 on Fifth Wall, 1047 up 46 cents on VACQ. Spire at 904 up 19, 803 on Sextera. IBM gained 113. Looks like I think we're just about done here through the market trading right now. Anyway, what a week! Why the face? It's a crazy week this week. Weird, wild, and wacky. 224-point gain on the Dow to 35,118, and the S&P at up 35 points. Nasdaq up 172. We'll take gains. We'll take a gain. We'll trim the weekly loss. Get people wondering if they should be buyers versus sellers on Monday. We didn't go too high today. Like, we didn't go up 500 points. We went up a couple of hundred on the Dow, which leaves a lot of room for improvement still, where we could have a nice start to the day on Monday. One never knows. We'll see what the what the news is over the weekend and just where things look at. Anyway, that's what is happening. Bruce, could you once more share your thoughts on IBM and the stock split, and why do you think it's a buy? Robert, the company itself is growing. They're no longer just meandering along. They are growing their earnings. Their cash flows are growing. Their net profits are growing. So they're absolutely getting wealthier every day. It's a richer company every day. It's a more profitable company every day, and that's without the split. Now what they've decided to do is, from what I can kind of glean from this, it looks like 35 to 40% of the company kind of is being split out into a separate entity. So there are going to be two parts, and there'll be, from what I understand, there'll be two separate existing companies, both publicly traded, both with stock. So you, as an IBM shareholder, will end up with stock in both divisions, and it'll be the old IBM and the new IBM. And I don't know how the split will work out. I don't know whether you'll end up with two shares, and that the big share will be worth, say, the big share will be worth $100, and the small share will be worth 40, and there's 140. Or will it be that you end up with maybe 5 shares? You end up with 3 IBM and 2 new IBM. And the 3 are worth $30 each, or 33 each for 100, and the 2 are worth 20 each for 140. I don't know this split. I don't know how and when, and that much I don't know. What I am gathering, however, is the smaller part of the company is growing a lot faster than the bigger part of the company. The larger chunk, the old IBM, is basically the money churning, revenue generating, dividend spewing machine, this huge blue machine. And then the smaller chunk is this fast up and coming cloud computing machine. Now, could it be that the second company, the smaller one, they'll grow faster at a faster percentage rate than the other one, but could it also be that they will go to the markets and raise cash from bond offerings at like 1.5%, 2%, and bring in $15 billion in cash in the first 6 months that they've been created, and plow that money into that fast-growing cloud computing, or it's not even cloud computing. I don't have the terminology right, but the fast-growing part of the business, they might go on an acquisition spree. They might buy private companies. They might pick off competition. They will grow it even faster at light speed. Which means a year from now, it could be that the old IBM is worth $120 and the new IBM is worth $70, and combined you got a $190 company. That could be happening. There's a lot to be absorbed here, and we have a lot to learn, and I have no answers for you. I just don't. No one does. No, it's all top secret within the company. It's known that it's going to happen. It's known that personnel has already been announced. Who's going to run what, and that's all we got. And now we're waiting day in, day out, week in, week out for the result, for the reveal, the big reveal as to what's going to go down and how. I personally believe the shares are going to do very, very well. I think any shareholder that's in IBM, whether you're in an option or in the stock, you're going to be very pleased with this entire deal in about 6 months from now. And a year from now, you're going to be delighted. And those of you who don't have any are going to be kicking yourselves going, he was talking about this again and again. He kept talking about it. He kept talking about it. And I did nothing and watched it go, watched it leave the station. That's my impression. That's my take, my opinion. And I can't guarantee a word of what I just said will come true. But I think it'll do well. All right. Let's see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, I did a spread on Matterport, January 22. I bought 10 contracts at 10 at 460. I wrote $15 at 2. Nothing crazy and risky, right? My calculation said close to 100% gain as long as MTTR is above 15 in 4 months. All right. And Matterport right now is been sitting at $13, $14 a share, $13.93. There you go. Between now and 4 months from now. Right on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what gives. Let's see. I'm ready for next week. I want to make money. Don't laugh, Uncle Bruce. Game. Goldman Sachs is up 230 US today times 301 days left. The stock could get to 690. The actual 395 equals 1,085 for one stock by June 22. I'm not laughing. You could be dead right. Could be absolutely correct. Early news just said 6,600 new cases in North Carolina today. Sheesh. Mr. T, thank you for this donation. Brucey, serious question this time. Is it really true that if you don't use it, you lose it? I'm asking for a voluntarily celibate friend of course. If you don't use it, could you lose it? I watched a movie once that Steve Carell was in called The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And he kind of used it, but he didn't kind of use it in another way. He used it in another way. And I guess it all worked out in the end. So, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Was the end of the movie. They were singing that song. It must have all turned out okay. So that's all I can say. Serious answer. I don't know why. Maybe just generic optimism, but I think one of these $9, $10 SPACs will run up to the 14, 15 next week. I just think they're going to go. Well, that would be lovely. What about call holder? Good weekend. Thank you, Oscar. Let's see. I hope ATIP. I got $5 calls. Michael, why wouldn't IBM explain the split to shareholders? What the face? They will, but they're not yet ready to. But they will, and if they could well announce it, and then in 60 days it'll all happen. But I don't know. So if I had more answers, I'd give them to you. I really would. I'd give them to you. Cash cow. Could be amazing to see. So basically, cash cow and startup division. Hell yeah, and TBH, any of the Uncle Bruce spaces hitting 15, any of the SPACs for Bruce hitting 15 would be great. Maybe I should check under my mattress for extra play money. British, I got me some big blue shares. Do I have double now? I'm drunken. Am I got more? I have 200 IBM. Can't afford any more at this time. Love you, Uncle Bruce. Got to run. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Papa Gamer. You take care. 2 clicks right. I got to listen to some too. Somebody stuck a song in my head here. Mr. T, thank you for this donation. Brucey, is it about time I donned a cape, pranced around Nottingham, and declared myself the real Robin Hood in order to win back this English folk hero's good name? Asking for a friend who likes capes. Yes, it might be time. It just might be time. I swear I am a true stoner. Bought wine without the possibility to open it. Oh, my goodness. Too much fun. Oh gosh, yeah. This IBM thing, I'll be following it. I'll tell you what I know when I know it, and what I see it. I'm feeling good about it though. I am feeling good about the story. I think also if you own options in IBM further out, like if you own options to next year, it could be that you end up with an option on IBM and an option on the subsidiary It could be, but I can't guarantee it. It's possible though that the two combined, since you own an option now on IBM, you're entitled to the split. You see, as an option holder, you're entitled to the split. So the question now is, how does this work out? Will the options market create two separate options platforms and automatically start with option holders, you know, from the existing contracts? They should, in my opinion, they should. But how it's going to go down, I don't know, man. This is going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Thanks, Bruce. I'll let you know when I get arrested. One of the SPACs, say me, ran up in the teens in price. Would it likely stay there, start making waves to bigger investors? If one of these went up to, well, obviously, if ME went to $15, $17, in like 2 weeks, that'll make waves. That'll make a lot of waves. There's no reason the stock cannot go higher. No reason it can't go back a bit or fluctuate. I mean, publicly traded stock. What do you want? When do you guesstimate the IBM happening? We are told this fall, sometime September, October, but this could be November. I don't know. I don't know. I've got November contract. I might be screwed here. T, with the amount of money you throw at Bruce, do you realize that GameStop would be $1,000 a share if you threw it at that instead? Mirko, are you sure? Kev Lane, stoner to stoner, plug your sink, breathe, bottle, get long straw, good luck. But DQ, Michael, I'm bag holding IBM calls for next Friday. They are the ones I rolled up and out of last time. I have no idea. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words and limited donations. So much fun. Scott, our options are risky play. So far, buying, holding, and selling covered calls are giving me sustained income. My calls have lost money. I don't understand puts yet. Have a good weekend all. Options can be risky, but they can also be a conservative way to enhance a portfolio. Mr. T, thank you. I don't know. I don't know, Aaron. I guess if I put this money into GameStop, it would go crazy, but I could give it to Bruce instead. And I like this option. I like this option. This is a good way to go. Just saying. Cheers, all of you, from Uncle B to all of you around the world today. Bruce, is T actually Jen just sitting and giggling in the kitchen, giving you all these riddles and jokes? I love it. No, she doesn't send me British pounds. She doesn't send me British sterling, generally speaking. No, she usually takes money from me. She doesn't really give me money. She usually takes it. You people are great. Well played, Touche. Michael, I feel your pain. Thank you, Mr. T, for these donations for sure. Thank you also to, did receive here from Dave, Quinnen. David, thank you for your donation on PayPal. That came in a little while ago, and I just remembered to take a peek at that. Thank you very much for your PayPal donation. It is much appreciated, my friend, as all donations are. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a coffee at Timmy's with Jen on me sometime this weekend, Bruce. Thanks for being the constant infotainment us bagel heads crave. My pleasure, Dave. I do the best I can with what I got. It's some days are easier than others. Well, didn't the troll say that Jen was Queen Elizabeth the other day? She might be secretly British, You never know. Mr. T is laughing and smiling. Thanks, guys. Thank you, all of you, for all your continued support. No question, it is very much appreciated. We got SOFI in the aftermarket up a nickel, I think. Is that correct, or am I wrong? It looks like it. Yeah, it's up a nickel to 14.09 in the aftermarket. And we've got Matterport close to 13.92, now 13.95 in the aftermarket. Just a titch better, not a lot, just a titch. 23andMe closed at 871 today, 867 in the aftermarket. Good day today on 23andMe. Let's have a good week this week, though. Let's just keep this going. We, I think, have earned much more than that. IBM unchanged at 139.11 on the aftermarket. I don't expect any action on the aftermarket today. It's a Friday in August. There should be nothing going on from what I can tell. When is the VACQ merge happening again? It's done. It's over. It happened today. Vector is now Rocket Lab, and hopefully Monday or Tuesday, Rocket Lab will take over. The symbol will be RKLB, Rocket Lab. That should start things off Monday or Tuesday. Loving having Friday evenings off at the moment, so I get to join in with the last show of the week. Seriously grateful for all of your hard work, Bruce. Thank you, Aaron, for your kind words. I appreciate it. Vote was today, maybe ticker change Monday or Tuesday, says Michael. If Rocket Lab rockets up, we're going to hear all kinds of jokes about it rocketing up in price. You think? You think? Computer Whiz, got to head out. I have a meeting to go to. See you tomorrow, Uncle B. You take care, buddy. Thank you. Brought some VACQ. I think VACQ would disagree with you about the aftermarket. There you go. VACQ, I have it at 1054, up 7 cents. Fair enough. I wasn't even looking it up. Very good. VACQ. Happy to see a little move on that. Go is all I say. Please. 1054 on 4,100 shares. No volume, but the move is up 7 more cents. Thank you. Oh, the ticker change to Rocket Lab will be next Wednesday on the 25th. Thank you, NTPC. Island Girl on holiday now in Alberta, but hearing news of a forest fire on Vancouver Island, half an hour west. Is that WET 61 live? Yikes. Wow, unbelievable. Fires in certain areas of BC are just out of control. Get your thumbs up, says Trish the Dish. Thank you, Trish, for reminding everybody. Michael, hey, Bruce, if you have some time, can you look into LOKB? You're taking over Navitas, a semiconductor maker. If I ever get time, oh my gosh, time. I got to tell you, it's just been a grind. We have so much happening here on air, off air. We're moving. There's so much going on. Bruce, sending you the SPAC list again with a Rocket Lab changed in advance. So you can start using it from Wednesday. Thank you, Aaron. I haven't had time to even get stuff up. I'm so behind on my emails. It's just never a dull moment here. A $1 billion valuation, says Michael, on that deal. Okay. I said if you have time, only if. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of activity, and the house here is boxes everywhere, just nonstop. We have so much to do and to take care of, and the time is compressing, and it's just it's stressful as all get up. But we bought into it. We're going to take care of it. Mr. E, now that I'm back to working in the office, I can no longer celebrate with you all on Fridays. But I'm glad I still get to join in. Thanks for being here, Uncle B. You got it, Mr. E. Cheers to all of you. I left my coffee mug off air over here. So I'm drinking out of my can right now. And what can I say? You're definitely selling at the right time, though, so well done. Well, this area has definitely picked up a lot of interest. There's no question about it. We went for a drive just the other day to our mailbox run, and the two closest houses to this house that were for sale are both gone. They're both sold. They both sold within a day of each other. And so all of a sudden now it takes, it's further distance away to find another house in this area all of a sudden. It's only a house away, a couple blocks from us, but it is not worth what they're asking for it. They're asking pie in the sky money, and it's still for sale. Surprise, surprise. 2 months later, still for sale. But we're definitely competitively priced. We'll see. My neighbor's dog, a Labrador, promotes Red Rocket. Is that the same as Rocket Lab? I don't know. Carlos, Bruce's time premium is severely depleted. David, I'm drinking out of a can too. It's blue though. It's a different color can than you have, Bruce. I hear you. I definitely hear you there. Can I say? Well, another day in paradise. Bruce made his money when he bought the house. There you go. Houses in Spokane don't last long either. Yes, they're selling well in Spokane. Says Michael. Yes, we bought this house 5 years ago for my mother's estate. We had it appraised at the time, and then the bank appraised it the second time, and the appraisals were within a couple thousand of each other. And for the first 2 years that we were here, the house did not move in value. The houses around here weren't selling. They would sell, but for very low prices, slow turnover. And then about 3 years ago, they improved a bit. And I figured, well, that's inflation, just natural inflation. And they got a little bit better. We're up a little bit on this house finally. But I had figured out even up until 2 years ago, even if we sold this house then, we would only get the commissions back and the legal fees back. We wouldn't make any money on the house. And then in this last this whole COVID thing, we had no idea that COVID would have such an impact on our values here as they've had. And all of a sudden, the homes around here sell in weeks. The for sale signs last less than a month. It's amazing how things have really moved. Anyway, there you go. Nice cans to both of you guys. House across the street sold in one day, listed at $289, sold for $335. Is insane, says Dave. Island Girl, did Uncle Bruce sell his house already? No, hasn't sold yet. Michael still got the SOFI blues. My place won't last a week, says Drops Family Garden. You should see the rundown houses here in Oklahoma that people are trying to get sold. $150,000 plus to renovate them and bring them up to code would cost a minimum $50,000. It is ridiculous. It's amazing. Yeah, thankfully this one here is move-in ready. You can certainly spend money on any house you acquire, obviously, but this one here would require virtually no money to move into and just take it from here. How is your streaming situation going to work on the road, Bruce? Uncle Bruce, going to buy a 5G cellular hotspot for your laptop or something? What are you going to do? We'll figure it all out. We'll kind of deal with it as we go on the fly. Obviously, we're going to run into different scenarios in different locations. Internet speeds are different in every city or town you go to and every country you travel to. We'll just figure it out. We'll just kind of deal with it as best we can and adjust and, make that the new normal. New York house prices are crazy. I know in Vancouver, 8 hours west of us by car, Seattle and Vancouver. In Vancouver, the average house price, this house in suburban Vancouver, $1.4 million. Yeah. This house in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, $1.5 million. This house in Calgary, Alberta, 550, 575, something like that. This house here, a lot less. It's gone up, but it's not even close, not even in the area code that these other places are in. So, we'll see what happens. Just find a Starbucks. They're all over the U.S. Free Wi-Fi. There you go. I'll be sitting there with my Starbucks cup, talking to you about the markets, watching people come and go behind me. I just get Starlink. I know someone who has it, and it's great. There you go. Nice. Thank you for all the advice, all of you. It's going to be new to us. We have never traveled. I have never traveled as a YouTuber. Felt like I'm about to travel, because since August 17, when I started YouTubing, we didn't travel. Although we did, I shouldn't say we didn't. We did travel by car to Arizona and down to the desert and back. And I was on the air from Arizona. Yes. My friend has a house at Buckeye, and he has internet, and it's great. Plugged into his router and fabulous. But the hotel thing and the Airbnb thing, that hasn't happened yet. Location, all about real estate. Yes, my house in Naples, Florida, on the ocean, priceless. Think alike. Bruce wants to get away from Vancouver and get on the road with his van and his cougar. Did the penguin put you up to this? What penguin? I have no idea what this means. We're excited. We're optimistic. And we know there's big changes in store for us on a daily basis going forward. There are big changes coming, and we're looking forward to the next chapter here. What made you decide to travel like this? We thought, well, we've been held back from traveling for a while. There's a number of cruises we'd like to get in, and there's some. We want to spend winters in the southern U.S. in warm weather. We want to get away from the winter of Canada, so that appealed to us, and we thought if we move out of here in September, We'll be out of Calgary by October, November to the south. Why would we get a new place in Calgary if we're going to be out of town in 4 weeks? Might as well put our stuff in storage and just grab the suitcases and go, and spend 4 or 5 months in the U.S. for the winter, come back to Canada in March, April kind of thing, April, and then figure out what happens. It's possible that by May or June, we may be in Europe. We might have a trip figured out, organized through the winter. We'll kind of logistically figure out a trip to Europe with cruises there in June and July. So we might be in Calgary for only 6 weeks when we come back from the US, and then we're gone on the road again because I'm working. And so that's 2 months away. And then we come back perhaps to the States in late summer for some cruising and show and telling, and then back to Canada for 2 months? And then it's the fall again. And then we're going back to the States for the winter. Why do we have a place for a whole year if we're only going to be in it for 4 months? It makes no sense. So we're thinking, why don't we be nomads for the first year and a bit, see how this goes? So it might be until 2024 that we then commit to either an apartment or a rental unit, or we buy something. We don't know. We don't know. So there you have it. We'll see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, where I live, people selling homes are not looking at bids with subjects on them. Too many buyers for a small, expensive market. Won't even put subjects at to home inspections. Not subjected to that. Yeah, is that it? Is the border open? Nope. It's closed until September 21. Now another month delay. And if prices continue up at the same rate in 12 months, you might be up a huge amount more money. Well, again, we don't know. Nobody knows. We're all hoping here, crossing our fingers, that with vaccinations still coming on and hopefully infections beginning to drop, maybe, possibly, let's hope so, we're over the worst of it. Things calm down a bit. Real estate might have topped out already. I don't know. I do not know. Buy a chunk of land to park your RV, Bruce. That's all you need to do. Just buy a chunk of land, park your RV, and relax, enjoy. We shall see. I don't have an RV, so I got to buy a chunk of land. I got to buy an RV, and then I got to figure out how to maintain the RV, and then I have to pay the cost of the land, and then I got to stay in the RV because I got to take care of the RV, and I got to guard it against getting beat up. And I don't know if this is going to work out. David, I see an 80s hair band type bus tour in your future. There you have it right there. An old orange school bus that will convert into a hippie mobile. And we'll put in a wood-burning stove in the back. And I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't. Nope. I can see Uncle Bruce renting a Embassy Suites hotel suite for 2 weeks at a time in various spots, doing a little traveling here and there. 2 weeks here, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks here, and the buffet breakfast is downstairs every morning. The pool and the hot tub is over there. The front desk, I can rent a room in the hotel for a get-together, a meet and greet. I've got internet up there. Jen has her bedroom to sleep in. I'm in the living room doing my work. I can see that working. For little stops here and there, I can see that happening. I don't know. I might be getting my second Pfizer shot tomorrow. Right on, Auntie. Drop 6 months, Uncle Bruce living in a hippie commune, laughing out loud. When subs go over 100,000, you should live stream getting that YouTube plaque in person from YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, California. Hopefully it would coincide with a Bay Area tour. Now you're talking. I don't know if that'll happen or not. Who knows what's going on? I think YouTube is so behind, tens of thousands of YouTubers behind with regards to their 100,000 plaques. I don't know if we're ever going to get one. We did hit 106,000. Stayed over 100,000 for several months, but then we've gone under it. I don't know if we're no longer going to get one or ever going to get one. Whatever happens, happen. I really don't care. I'm just happy to be here with you guys, just trying to stay on top of this market. And if you guys can get rich, I'm a happy guy. Good for the ratings. It's good for the ratings. That's what it's all about. I don't know, guys. We've got friends in certain places that we can visit. We have relatives in Europe that we can stay with. And then there's we want to get away by ourselves for a while. There's that routine too. So we'll see how all this goes. Dave McQueen, a revival of Oompa Pa music. Here we go. There you have it. Bruce is going to put on the lederhosen he used to wear in 1976. I'm going to put those lederhosen on. I think they'll fit one of my legs. I'm sure I can I can pop the one on one leg and then have the strap over maybe one of my shoulders. Oh no! I bet you've got credit card points all figured out. It's all about Amex. There you go. There's those. There's options there. Man, oh man, I don't know don't know what to think. I have no idea what to think. It's going to be wild and wacky. My family has land. You can park the RV just outside of Raleigh, no charge. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm at Bragg. I'm at Bragg. Oh, thank you. Thank you all of you for offering spots to park an RV we don't have. We appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a whole new world for the two of us. Being somewhat homeless, knowing that we can always crash at our daughter's place when we come back to Calgary. We can always find a place to hang up. I have friends in Calgary who say to me, "You want to stay with us? We'd love to have you for a week or two. Come on in." I'm thinking, no, you don't. No, you don't. The kids can never return home if they don't know where it's parked. Laughing out loud. There you go. But yeah, we'll see how this all works out. We're not even worried about it. We're not even nervous about it. We're not even concerned about where we're going to stay. It's just, when you're traveling, and you figure it out when you get there. You just figure it out. It's all okay. There's always a place to rent a pillow. There really is. There always is. Live stream a Yoko concert and get kicked out for sneaking backstage without passes and yell stonk stonk stonks. There you go. Dave, Christina, we went clamping just outside Fayetteville this summer. Island Girl, they still wear lederhosen in Bavaria. Yes, they do. They wear lederhosen in Oktoberfest in Kitchener every October, of course. Unfortunately, they've had to cancel the last two because of the variants, and I think Oktoberfest in Bavaria has been canceled. If I have not recalled that. Unfortunately, so there's a whole lot of pent up Oktoberfesting to be done. We'll see how all that works out. I wonder if next September we can be in Bavaria and be in Munich for the real Oktoberfest for the first and only time in our lives. I don't know if I even want to do that. I had a lot of Oktoberfest in my youth in Kitchener and Waterloo. I've had quite a bit, so I don't know if I really need any more. It's a young man's business, let me tell you that. Oh my gosh, it's a young man's business. 13,900 Vector acquisition have traded toward a 1054, up 7 cents. Now Rocket Lab moved to Montana and live out in the wild dressed like Bigfoot. At 4 foot 8 inches, they will think they're reproducing. See, you could be the most popular photo op ever. Rocktober rocks. See, AB, there is a place you want to visit that might surprise some people, like maybe a place people think is boring but you think is cool, etc. A live stream from Oktoberfest, that would be epic. Sounds exciting, Bruce. Would love to do what you and Jen are doing someday. Yeah, we're gonna wing it. We do not have formal set plans. We don't. We could be out of here in the next 2.5 weeks, and we don't know where we're going to be in 6 weeks. We do not know. Not a clue. We're not going to be here, but I don't know where we're going to be. If you're there, I'm there. I've always wanted to go to Oktoberfest. See, there you have it. There you go. You see, I could do like a group deal with an organization over there and put a whole group together, and then maybe I won't. I like your style, Bruce, says Michael. I like your style. Well, the thing about it too is without a plan, you guys have no idea where we're going to be. I have no idea where we're going to be. It's going to be fresh, new, and exciting, and we'll just wheel with it. We'll just go with it. Just whatever it is, it is. We'll see. There's lots of places to go, lots of places to see, lots of people to meet, and we'll see what happens. Go where the wind takes you. There you have it. AB, is it true that Canada advised you buy special health insurance because our system down here sucks? Like, laugh out loud. Michael Moore said it. I wonder if it's true. I said I wonder if it's true. In Canadians, what we will do is what Jen and I will definitely do is we will buy insurance that covers us internationally through all kinds of evacuation insurance and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll be fully covered when we leave. David, Sam Adams, Oktoberfest should be coming back soon. There you go. There you go. But Canadians usually buy additional health coverage when they go to the U.S. or anywhere else, just to be on the safe side. We won't be any different. We'll be insured for and be covered. Absolutely. Cheers, all of you from around the world. It's Uncle Bruce here from Creston, BC. Thank you for joining me here on Libation Friday. It's nice to have you here. Oh, that's tasty. And I hope you're going to have a great weekend. I've been wondering whether I should get my eyes checked or not. I'm really not sure if I need my eyes checked. People tell me that when I wake up in the morning, I look pretty rough, but I think I'm fine. Although, you know, I get the little glitches around. I get the little, you know, I get the little thing, but I think all in all, we're doing okay. Gotta stay out of the sun and not get too, not too dehydrated. You got to take care of yourself and, go to the mirror and check yourself out from time to time. Make sure you're okay. That you're all right. But what can I say? These are showstoppers. There's no question. These glasses are showstoppers. They absolutely get the attention of everyone. When you're driving down the street, the cops generally don't pull you over because they figure it's just not worth it. They've got enough to do with serious crime. Do they want to get involved with a nut bag? I don't know. But anyway, it's always good to check your eyes and make sure you're on top of things. I saw a commercial for Sam Adams Oktoberfest beer on TV. Saw it at Walmart the other day. In the words of Father Jack, drink, do a travel vlog through the States, not cruise related. Let's see here. There's that comment. A laugh out loud. If you get pulled over for speeding, put those on before the officer asks for your license. Bruce is not telling us the truth. I heard he's moving into Yoko's guest house. Drops family AB. I normally don't feel so attracted to Uncle Bruce, but for some reason right now I do. Now I'm worried. Whoa! I looked up at the screen and I jumped. Oh, what happened here? I'm going to crash. Oh Lordy! Have I had too many? Is it me or is Bruce? What's happening? I'm dying. Are those Yoko's eyes? What's going on here? Oh man, the best dollar Jennifer ever spent at the dollar store. What can I tell you? Folks, I'm going to pack it in here. I'm going to say thank you for joining me and being with me here all week long. It's been a terrible week until today. At least we've had a better day today. We can end on a better note. Hopefully next week we'll have just a barn burner of a good week. And our shares will just go up every single day. And all of you will get very, very wealthy. And that would be fine by me. Bruce, blink once in a while, would you, Schilling? That would be an ecumenical matter. Damn it, Jim, remember that the commercial for his special eyes. And TC, y'all. Guys, take care. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy for me. Make sure you get your vaccination shots if you're eligible. And stay well. Don't get this new variant, please. Have a great weekend. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all of your kind words, wishes. Jen and I will be packing this weekend. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. No new classes this weekend. We're just packing and packing and packing. Don't forget about trivia tonight, 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time. Join us for live trivia. If you're a member of this channel, you're welcome. Same with TWB. Good night, Bruce. Thanks for getting us through this crappy week. Thumbs ups, cheers. Have a good weekend, Bruce. We'll see you at 7 tonight. Otherwise, we'll see you at 8:30 Monday morning for the next installment of Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. Let's see what's going on. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, guys. You take care. Thank you for everything. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye for now.